What did I tell you?
Vinny, that's a movie mummy. I'm gonna be working on a real mummy. Real mummies don't have agents or do lunch. What do you think?
Just wrap it around your face and make the mummy feel right at home.
Very funny. I've got to go meet Dr. Joanna Fields at 9:30.
Dude, the woman rips dead Egyptians out of their tombs for a living. I'd say she's bad company.
She happens to be one of the foremost archaeologists in the country.
Hey, did the word curse cross my lips? Did anyone say doomed for eternity?
Vinny, it's an honor that the Natural History Museum chose Eastman. When we CAT scan this mummy, we are going to learn an amazing amount about it. Its age, its sex. We can look at its bones and tissue, see if it had a heart disease or arthritis or polio. We can reconstruct what it looked like in real life. I mean, imagine getting to examine a body that's 3,000 years old.
Ooh, yeah, my dream come true. Personally, I'd rather examine one in the 16 to 20-year-old range, but...
You're remarkably limited.
Wait, before you go.
Jim! Jim!
Good tip, then. Whatever I do, I won't call it Jim.
The museum acquired it through an antiquities dealer in San Francisco who had very little information about it except that it was owned by a wealthy Sacramento family for 80 years. From the manner of painting and wrapping, we can assume it's about 3,000 years old. The quality of the bandages suggests we're not dealing with an upper-class person, but we could be surprised.
Are we all set?
Yes, sir.
Everyone wearing their anti-curse amulets? Okay, let's go. Good Lord.
earthquake was 4.7.
4.3. But the really weird thing is...
What can I get you, hon?
Eggs tut over easy.
Uh-huh.
The really weird thing is, I heard the epicenter right here under Eastman.
Seriously?
Nefertiti Ziti?
Guys, It was a 3.8, and the epicenter was somewhere off the coast of Malibu. Sun raw fillet and a side of farro fries. Look, it was a natural phenomenon. You know, when two tectonic plates press together, energy needs to be released, and you have an earthquake.
Yeah. At exactly the same time, the mummy's head goes into the CAT scan.
You gotta admit it's a little airy. I didn't say I believed in the mummy's curse. I just said it's a little airy, that's all.
Nothing for me.
Again? Wow, you haven't been feeling well for weeks now.
A little nausea. It comes and goes. It's probably just nerves.
Look, let me check you out. Run a few tests. You know, nausea shouldn't linger like this.
Okay.
The earthquake's not the only weird part.
That's 375.
I heard the finger the CAT scan operator used to press the button broke out in warts.
I heard it was boils oozing pus. Have a nice day.
I do not believe this.
And if you connected the warts with magic marker, they spelled repent.
Now admit it, Doogie. When the mummy went into the machine and the earthquake started, in some corner of your mind, weren't you just a little bit freaked out?
No. I wasn't. Are you guys really seriously saying that an ancient, inanimate artifact is causing evil things to happen? Seriously? I mean, what kind of an idiot believes in a mummy's curse?
The facts cannot be ignored. At 9:30, you messed with the mummy. At 9:30, the earth erupted. Mere coincidence or jinx from Egypt? You decide.
Coincidence.
But before you do, look at this. Okay? 1923. Lord Carnarvon discovers the tomb of Tutankhamun. A few weeks later, dead. Mummy material himself.
He died of an infected insect bite.
And Lord Carnarvon's friend, Howard Carter, entered the tomb with Lord Carnarvon. A few weeks later, a cobra eats his pet canary. Needless to say, that bird changed his tune rather abruptly. It's all in here. 1912. The British Museum has a cursed mummy. They decide to ship it to America on the Titanic.
A totally unsubstantiated rumor. Look, we have been working on the mummy all afternoon and nothing has happened. Nothing.
It's your blood.
I did it, Vinny, through my own impatience.
It's a warning. Ignore it at your peril.
It rained a couple of days ago and the woods swelled.
You're playing with fire, Howser. It's like with my great-aunt Nicolina. She was on a tour of the catacombs in Sicily. She sits on his coffin, foolishly mistaking it for an elaborate bench. 3 weeks later, 3 weeks, she falls face down in the street, dead.
She was 96.
But she was a robust 96.
Look, these are stories from the old country, superstitions. You're in the 20th century, you're a college student. You have to break away from your past.
I don't know. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
No. The reason you're afraid of this mummy is you don't know anything about it. Ignorance is the mother of fear. See, and watching this isn't helping either. Here's what you're gonna do. Tomorrow, you'll come, look, tomorrow you'll come down to the hospital. Pay attention. You'll come down to the hospital, you'll look at the mummy, you'll talk to Dr. Fields. Okay, and once you see that it's just a historic object, then you'll see it the same way you see, I don't know, a painting.
Yeah, a painting from hell. I can't look. But I gotta look. No! I gotta look, and I can't look. It's like driving by a car accident. Part of me wants to look away, but the other part is mesmerized. You know? I can't. But I got to. I can't. I got to.
I've been amazed at how well preserved the bandages are. It's really quite extraordinary under the circumstances.
Dr. Fields, Dr. Katz, this is my friend, Vincent Del Pino. He's a college student with a great interest in Egyptology.
Mr. Del Pino, it's good to see you taking an interest in academic matters.
Thank you.
So nice to meet a future colleague.
An honor. A delight. You know, for a dead guy, he's surprisingly fragrant.
That's because they used aromatic herbs when they embalmed the body.
I bet you're just dying to touch it, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm nuts to do it.
Go on, feel free. The face is the most interesting part. You can really feel the skull through the bandages.
Oh, great. Right, I was hoping to get a good feel of the skull.
Isn't that something?
Oh, yeah. Nice eye sockets.
You notice they didn't remove the eyeballs. Of course. Over time, they've decayed quite a bit.
The CAT scans and the x-rays have been very informative. We've learned that it's a male, probably in his late teens to early 20s. See the wisdom teeth coming in right there?
Oh, yes. Quite lovely.
We also have a fairly good idea of how he died. Take a look at this skull. What do you notice?
There's a hole in it.
Good. Now, what could that mean?
Why, he took a good shot to the head. Like with a rock. No, with an ancient hammer. I can just picture him coming out of work after a long day at the pyramid, about to go meet his illicit lover, but just as he falls into her arms, bam! Hit from behind by a husband crazed with jealousy.
You could have a future in this. We've taken 66 CAT scans of the mummy's skull at various depths, and Nigel has input them into the computer. The computer stacks them together to create a three-dimensional image. Then, using characteristic depths of tissue at various points around the skull, Nigel has created a reconstruction of what our friend probably looked like in real life.
Ah, you can do that?
Science. It's the wave of the future. You're still superstitious?
Hey, you heard what she said. I got a future in this. I'm a man of science, reason, pure cold intellect.
Astonishing.
Remarkable.
The resemblance to Vincent is absolutely uncanny.
I think Vinny might agree with you.
He put a pox on me.
No, that's not a pox. That's hives.
He put hives on me.
No, you've given yourself hives. Look, stress causes antigens to bind with IgE, which attach to mast cells, causing them to degranulate and release histamine. The result is hives.
You drop the rational mumbo jumbo. I think we all know what's really going on here.
Oh, right. 3,000 years of world history, all leading to one logical climax, messing with Vinny Del Pino's mind.
Oh, you don't think so, huh? Well, tell me something. What are the odds of a coincidence like this happening, huh?
Long.
Very, very long.
This is an obvious omen of doom.
Would you stop? Stranger things have happened.
True, although I can't think of many offhand.
There's Stonehenge.
So something unusual happened. So what? Do you know how embarrassing it is when your friend tells Dr. Joanna Fields, a woman who is profiled on a Nova special, that she is going to burn in the flames of hell for eternity? How do you apologize to your boss after your friend calls him the worm of Satan? Is there an appropriate Hallmark card?
Well, excuse me for having embarrassed you on the moment when my doom was foretold.
It wasn't your doom. It's a corpse that looks like you.
Ah! Now there's a relief. A corpse that had its brains bashed in by a hammer. This nightmare started the day you messed with that mummy. You gotta stop, Howser.
No. This is a unique scientific opportunity, and you want me to give it up because you've got some crazy, irrational superstition?
Yeah!
I can't believe you'd even ask.
Fine. I see how it is. The mummy means more to you than I do. Hey, maybe next time you go to the Lakers game, you can sit in the loge with Mr. Shriveled.
Well, your blood work checks out normal, and your upper GI series is normal. So, you don't have an ulcer or a stomach tumor.
Well, what about the heartburn and the exhaustion?
I don't know, Phil. You check out healthy.
It's some rare, fatal, tropical thing, isn't it?
You were in the tropics? When?
Never.
Look, let me think about this some more. I'm sure I'll nail it.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Nasal aperture. No, that's right. Spacing of the eye orbits. Accurate. Don't worry, buddy. It's gotta be a mistake. I'm sure you're better looking than Vinny Del Pino. Length of teeth. Probable tissue depth. No. Cheekbones. Yeah, that checks out. You're here. You're standing up, talking.
Sure. In some corner of your heart, you know you believe I can. That's why I figured you needed my help.
With what?
For this whole superstition thing. Oh, I know you say you don't buy it, but what about your profession?
The antithesis of superstition.
Oh, really? So who were those guys back in medieval times who cured people of insanity by cutting holes in their heads to let the madness out, huh?
Okay. All right, I admit it. Medicine used to be pretty superstitious, but at least there was a thought process there.
Uh-huh. And Vinny's got a thought process, too. You're both just trying to make the world less random.
Yeah, but what he's saying isn't logical.
Is that so terrible? Look at Wilhelm Röntgen. That guy's got radioactive material all over his lab. Suddenly, he holds up his wife's hand in front of the screen. The first X-ray. How did he think to do that?
A hunch, I guess.
A hunch? Like you mean non-logical thinking?
It's all right. I'm a doctor. Congratulations. You're pregnant.
I knew you were too young to be a doctor.
No, Phil, run with me on this. I have a hunch. Your wife's pregnant, isn't she?
Yeah, but we haven't told anybody yet.
But your body knows. You're experiencing a sympathetic pregnancy.
Get out of here.
No, it's called the Couvade syndrome. 60% of all husbands experience some form of it, although you've taken it to a new and fascinating extreme.
So, do I get maternity leave? This is great. It's hard enough being a male nurse. Now I gotta be a pregnant male nurse.
So, how far along are you?
4 months. So what am I in for?
Someone like you, it's hard to say. The possibilities include varicose veins, stretch marks. Ooh, let's not forget hemorrhoids.
Oh.
And I want to apologize deeply for what I said about your preoccupation with dead people. And if you just let me back in to continue touching your mummy, I'd be deeply appreciative.
Apology accepted.
Well, I figured the hives will go away by the year 2000.
I was just coming in to resign from the project, if it would ease your mind.
No, that's okay. I want to stay. I want to be enlightened. I want to be rational. I want to be you, but good looking. So, Dr. Fields, what withered and rotting thing are we going to look at today?
Well, we're going to examine the mummy's internal organs. Shall we start with the stomach, the liver, or the large intestine?
Ugh.